right, this is Taz. In this video, we're going to go over what's called the Engage Disengage game. Taz is intermittently reactive to other dogs. So I'm asking him to sit. I don't ever ask a dog to sit if I think that they feel comfortable or uncomfortable, because it makes them feel trapped. But I use it as a test. If my dog can't sit or he can't take a treat, I am too close to whatever it is. Now, I'm going to have the camera person rotate right over here. Keep filming me, just walk this way. I want to see, because right here we're at a park. It's actually a park I've worked in quite a bit in Venice. And so basically, we can do this on either side of the fence here. So basically, the Engage Disengage game, and can you actually help us? Could you just walk by here and I'll pretend like you're a dog? Just walk on the sidewalk. So basically what I do is I've got a clicker here. We've already loaded the clicker and I've got treats. So she's going to be playing the part of a dog. Hey, Taz. So when he looks at the other dog or whatever the stimulus is, I click and then give him a treat. You go ahead and come on back. Hey, Taz. Now I'm only distracting it. Normally you wouldn't distract him. You let him do whatever he wants. But when he looks at the other dog, you click and give him a treat. Now, if he can't sit or won't take the treat, I would move 5 feet away and practice again. The other dog also matters. If the other dog, we just had a corgi that come by that was just super chill. We could probably be this close. If we have like a beagle puppy or a dog that's going crazy, we might need to move 10 feet away. So we need to base it on him. And if he gets up, that could be an indication he doesn't feel comfortable. So that's okay, I'm gonna move him a couple feet away. So this is called the Engage Disengage game. The first part is engaging. I'm clicking or making my marker word when he looks at the other dog. Now, we were doing this earlier. He was more, Taz, I'm kind of against, okay, there we go. And if he sits or lies down, that's a good indication he feels pretty comfortable. He's not gonna sit or lay down if he's not relaxed. So we're gonna basically find areas where there's a ton of dogs in this park, which is why we came here, but of course there's none here today. So basically what we're gonna do is find an area, and the ideal situation is a park that has like a nice path that people are gonna be walking their dogs down. Now, the only one I can think of is like Clover Park in Santa Monica. It's about like 24th and Ocean Park. And there's just not a lot of great parks in LA. But you want to find a distance where he can see people, and what we're doing is we're changing his emotional response. When I look at a dog, I hear the marker word or the marker click, and then I get a treat. And gradually we can get a little bit closer to the path, a little bit closer, a little bit closer. But if he gets still, goes from an open to a closed mouth, tense, those are indications he's going to react. We need to learn to recognize those and move him away before he reacts. If we solve this problem, he doesn't have to lunge. So the first step for this is somebody comes by, I look, click, and then I look away to get a treat. Now if I'm here, and this is where the stimulus is walking, and we'll try to do it if you look over there, yes. Now you're looking at my hand. See how he turned his head? He's turning away. So at first what's gonna happen is we're gonna click when he looks at the stimulus. After you get good at this though, if I'm the dog, I'm gonna go like this, look, and I'm gonna look away. Because I've been doing this so often, now I'm conditioned that a click is gonna come in a second. So then my click starts coming, not here, my click comes here. So on the dog, I look and I engage and I look away. Now I'm being rewarded for disengaging. I'm being rewarded for looking away from the thing that I used to lunge at to try to go away. And I don't have a need to lunge at it because my parents are making sure that I'm far enough away that I feel secure. Now right here, if we have a dog that's dangerous, I might use a fence so we have an extra level of protection. Some dogs do get frustrated with a fence. It sounds like he might have a little barrier of frustration, probably because of your home environment. There's a little fence that's incorporated there. So the same sort of thing, I would use the cream cheese or the spoon or the container like I mentioned. So when people walk by your place, he's licking and releasing those feel-good endorphins. So when you're doing this, you see him panting pretty good. It's not a super hot day, it's overcast, and so it's actually nice and cool. But this is a very intense experience for him. If you're doing this right, it should look like he's relaxed, but under the surface, he's churning. So I like to keep score. So let's say every time he looks at a dog and I click, that's a positive score. Every time he looks at a dog or looks away, another positive score. Every time he lunges, barks, or snarls, that's a score against. Your goal should be like 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 to 0. And if he gets up like that, he's just, okay, there's a kid with a soccer ball, got a little close, so he's up and ready for action. So again, we really need to be mindful of watching his body language. Something else that's helpful, I'm recording this right now to put on my website. One of the guardians is recording it right here for their own personal use. If you record him while you're doing this exercise, you can go back and watch it later. What did he do right before he lunged? What did he do? How did his ears move? How did his head, you know, what was his lean? What was his breathing like? And so after a while, you start to recognize those things. Let me know if a kid, as a kid, let me know if a dog comes out of there.
I think it's soccer practice.
All right, so keep score of this and keep a calendar. So you're like, by the end of the week, I want to be at like 40 to 1, 50 to 1. Now when you're doing this, I usually like to have the leash across my wrist and my clicker on top of it. My treat pouch is on my hand that I'm going to use treating, so I can have one hand exclusively free for that. And you can engage, disengage for anything. We haven't really fully loaded the clicker, so he wasn't, you saw that time he didn't look. And after a while, he starts looking right away. Gradually, you're going to get closer and closer. The goal for this, though, is the most important thing is he does not react. So if you have to, let's say you get here and he gets tense, if you have to move 25 feet away, that's the dog you were talking about. If you have to move 25 feet away to get him a good look, always, always, always end on a positive. So that Taz's last time you remember doing that, it was a good thing. And look at that. That's a good indication he's nice and relaxed. Taz, can you come around and say hi? Sit. Well, this is my buddy Taz, and these are some tips and tricks you can use if you have a dog that's reactive to other dogs using the Engage Disengage game.